And Kingmakers of Gomoa Fetteh in the central region are appealing to the security agencies to immediately thwart acts of lawlessness being perpetuated by land guards. The traditional leaders lamented the activities of these land guards, and they're saying that they're getting out of hand. At a media briefing this morning, the family secretary of the Abwari Ewusi Chidan royal family, Openyin Daniel Osedru, said lives have been lost.
The presence of land guards has not become a national canker and a serious threat to law and order, because it is these same land guards who engage in robbery, car snatching, and other social vices in the country. Akwesi Alhaji, who calls himself as Charles Graham, even though he's not, is the leader of the land guard group that has terrorized the people of Gomoa Fetteh and was brought by Edi Akwe. Akwesi Alhaji and his group not long ago attacked and mercilessly beat a pregnant woman to unconsciousness because they wanted to steal her land. He therefore claimed he and the self-star chief spearheaded in shooting and killing of former Ebusuapen of Gomoa Fetteh, Ebusuapen Ochre Mpantu, which case is still inconclusive at the police headquarters since 2014, when the family is seriously in grief. The land guards group on Friday, 28th of August 2015, ransacked a whole community, including Fetteh Kakraba, beating to unconsciousness Nana Amuka, the Ankombarahin of Gomoa Fetteh, Francisco Fiba, Ochami of Abore Ewusi royal family, a guy called Van Dam, and many others, and other has been heard from the police. He's just recently alleged to have bribed the newly appointed CID director over a case which had been murdered and killing someone, and truly the case had been made foolish. Just a few months ago, he and his land guards group attacked the new chief of Fetteh Kakraba, Nana Amkwando, who was nearly shot and killed. By the grace of God, he escaped. The group, wielding machete, pump guns, and other offensive weapons, fired shots, gunshots, assaulted people, and even assaulted military personnel who have come to witness a funeral in solidarity with their brothers in the community. The police administration seems unconcerned despite persistent claims and calls.
The Kingmakers are also alleging that some top police officers are in bed with these land guards.
You had a meeting with Bright Odro, for instance, at the police headquarters.
Which Bright Odro are you talking about?
The former head of CID.
Okay.
At that time, he was the welfare commander or something like that. And he invited somebody, some of the land guards were there. And we told him our concerns, but he never did anything about it. We also hear that the former IGP Kudalo had some 400 plots of land at the place. You see, and the land guard, Kwesi Alhaji, brags even at the police station and nobody can touch him.
Wow.
Yes, and that's he pays them.
Yeah. He pays these police officers?
Yes, he pays them.
Is that to say that Mr. Kudalo and then Mr. Bright Odro are part of these land guards?
Yeah, we believe that they are on their payroll. You see, so we believe that the police are in bed with these land guards. And they sometimes, when we have funerals at home in the village, my Busapen will tell me, these land guards come there with guns, and the policemen standing there seeing these people with guns, and they don't do anything.
And you say people's lives have been lost as a result of this?
Oh, yes. Yes. One of my nephews was also beaten 2 years ago. He nearly died. He has lost one eye currently. He's called Nana Amuka. He's lost one eye currently. And the police is doing nothing. Nobody has been arraigned.
The Kaswa police in particular?
The Kaswa police in particular. The Kaswa police in particular. They are embedded with these land guards. They know them, but they don't arrest them.
immediately, what do you, the Kingmakers, want government to do about the situation?
Yes, apparently, a couple of weeks ago, we wrote to the president's office, and they responded saying that due to the nature of the issues we are talking about, he has referred the matter to the IGP, and that we should monitor progress and get back to them. The progress as we are monitoring is zero. So, but we are yet to go back to
The IGP.
to Office of President Nabedi to he signed the letter.
Okay.
Very serious accusations there, but Nana Obediako, the caretaker of the Gomoa Fetteh area, wants President Akufo-Addo to act now.
I beg Nanado, he is the boss, to clear all the land guard from Gomoa Fetteh. Other than that, we will check with them. So when he hears that something has been gone on at Gomoa Fetteh, he shouldn't talk. We want you to act for us because we want you to clear all the land guards. Even at all the land guards are selling our our stones, our blocks, selling the lands at Fetteh, using the all land in which we have been sold to some people. They have engaged all our land to some people. And this thing, it shouldn't be done. But we beg you, using gun, 47 graph, this thing, AK-47. How these people are controlling such a gun?
You said the police are in support of them.
Once the police are in support with them, and now, I can assure you that about thousands of AK-47 is impending at Gomoa Fetteh now.
Do you have an idea where they got him from?
Really, because if they want to search, they will see it. I will never lie to the government, because what I've seen is what I will say to the government to ensure the people of Gomoa Fetteh to live peace.
Issues from Gomoa Fetteh there now. Some residents of Adenta Ashie this morning pitched camp at the residence of President Akufo-Addo as they presented a petition to the presidency. They are accusing the Center for Scientific and Industrial Research of land encroachment. They say their properties are being fenced by their center and making it difficult for them to access their homes. JoyNews' Joseph Akable has more.
So I'm some few meters away from the residence of the president, Nana Akufo-Addo, here at Nima, and I'm here for a very special reason. The reason being that some individuals have pitched camp some few meters away from the president's residence. They have some concerns, we understand. They are here to present a petition. Just when I arrived at the premises here, we saw the president's convoy move away from the place, but we still need to engage them to try and understand why they've decided to pitch camp at the residence, just opposite the residence of the president. You can see the young, the old, children who are supposed to be in school, all staging. They are using this place as their camp for this morning as they try and present the petition over to the president. Their leader is right here with me. He will be telling us exactly which group it is that have pitched camp here and why they've come over to the residence of the president this morning. What's your name?
Yes, my name is Humphrey.
Humphrey.
Ankama.
Which group do you lead?
It's a resident association and situated in Adenta Ashie. Yes. This issue, we are here to petition our president, His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo, on an issue bothering us within our community. We wake up about 3 weeks now and we realize that they are fencing our properties. So we quickly rush to the authorities to find out what the issue is about. Who authorized or who gave permission for them to fence our properties? We went to them, they directed us to one Dr. Edu, who is the director of CSIR, that he's the one in charge.
If I understand, just to be clear on what exactly you are talking about, you are saying they are fencing your communities. They are putting fence around the community.
Exactly. Exactly. They are fencing our properties where we are living. Right now, no road for us to have access to our properties. So we are here this morning to petition the president that we want him to humbly put up a committee, a neutral committee, because we realize that there are some malice, there are people working maliciously to sacrifice a certain portion of the community to be fenced. So we are calling on the president, because we have tried all means to talk to authorities to come to our aid, but to no avail. So this morning...
You did mention that this is being carried out by the CSI, or the Center for Scientific and Industrial Research.
Exactly.
What kind of communication have they given you? Because if I understand, if it's your property and you own it and someone is fencing it, I mean, obviously you need to be asking questions from that person. What have they told you?
Exactly. They told us that the land belongs to the land belongs to the government. So if the land belongs to the government, we have document to prove that the land has been sold to us by the Alodia owners. From there, we don't know. But we fall a victim of buying land which turned out not to be ours. All that we are asking for is a negotiation, because we have invested, we have pensioners, we have doctors who are now on retirement, about 300 and over residents, because some are still on various stages of completion, and then some are also completed where they are occupants.
I'll come back to you, but let's quickly speak to some of the other residents who are also there, just to try and understand from them how they are being affected by what is happening in the area. So what they are saying is that they are scared by this development. The explanation they are giving is that they've been forced to vacate their residence simply because of the water that they put up. And apart from the fact that the area is under heavy security, they say soldiers are present at the place protecting the facility. That has made it very difficult for them to even ease themselves and have access to the place of convenience. And that is the challenge that they are facing. Let me come back and move closer to Humphrey, who is the leader for the group. Because just when we arrived, we realized that the president has given this residence as to whether their petition has been received. Humphrey, the president convoy leave this residence.
Oh yes, when we came, all that they told us was they can't allow the delegation, the residents to get close, because the whole place is a security zone. So the leadership, we should step forward with our petition, so that the petition was actually handed over to one Mr. Chu of the president team, Eric Chu of the president.
So how soon are you expecting this to be acted upon?
Yes, we want the
how soon?
Today, even today, that we are not saying that the entire process should stop, but we want it to be halted for the committee, the neutral committee we are calling for as residents to look into the matter and the request, so that they will arrive at what exactly is going on. Because we don't know. We just wake up, no information was given us whatsoever about the construction of the fence.
And if that is not done as soon as possible, what will be your next line of action?
As residents living in our properties that we put out by ourselves, we are not going to allow the fence to go, because right now, as I'm standing here, the issue is in court. We as residents, after further deliberation, moving to the authorities to interact with them until the time that they couldn't respond to our questions.
Of course, very brave residents there getting right in front of the press and making sure that he sees them, what community mobilization can do. Well, just so you were reminded of what's happening, there's been an accident at East Legon. We understand it's around the KFC area, and it's specifically Banku Junction. We're told it's Banku Junction. So that's the vehicle that Martha was talking about earlier when she gave us the briefing, and we understand that the police are there. The Ghana National Fire Service are also there trying to clear the road so people can have a thoroughfare there. We're going to show you the location at the moment on Google Maps, so you have an idea in case you're moving around that area. You just know if there's any necessary diversions that you ought to take, that you can do that. Right now, we also know that there's no casualties at the moment. No casualties have been recorded. But the driver of one of the vehicles, though, we understand is in shock, is unable to speak at the moment, but cannot really recollect what happened. He was just in the vehicle and saw the tree coming right towards him. So he opened the vehicle, ran, and abandoned it. The vehicle, as we saw in the previous visual, of course, tears through the vehicle. The tree tears through the vehicle and lands right on top of it. They're trying to clear it. Let's see if Google Maps can help us with some more specificity when it comes to the location. So that is KFC at East Legon. It ought to be thereabout. It ought to be somewhere around this area. Or maybe if we zoomed in a bit, well, we can't zoom in, but it still doesn't give you the specific place. But at least Banku Junction does it, doesn't it? Banku Junction. So if you know that neighborhood, you try to avoid that place for now. Thank God for the lives of those people who were involved in that accident, but hopefully things will get better for those who have been affected one way or the other.